Hi, I'm Linda. I'm going to show you how to make a fun food craft for Mother's Day to give your mom to celebrate the start of spring actually happening and flowers arriving. So we're going to start with an iced cupcake, any kind of cupcake, probably any kind of icing. I picked white so that it matched better. We're going to be making this beautiful one, but I'll show you how to make some of the other ones. So the first step we need is a little bit of sugar in a bag. Doesn't need to be a baggie, just anything that doesn't leak. And then you're going to add a couple of drops of food coloring. I would suggest one, at a time. Guess we have 1.5. The reason it's in the bag is not all that important, except it will keep your fingers clean. So you're just going to work this around. You can see it makes it very clumpy, but as you work it, it will turn into an even mix. Just trying to get some of that white off the bottom. And there we have a pretty even texture. Okay, so we'll set that aside. We'll use that in a minute. Now, this one is done with mini marshmallows. So I have a whole bunch of mini marshmallows that are just that size. And you're going to take my favorite kitchen shears and cut them on the diagonal so that it will actually stand up. Now, I have old marshmallows, so they are not springing back into shape. So I just squeeze the back side, which opens up the front a little more. There we go. Okay, so we needed, I think I counted about 32. So you'll want 16, 18 marshmallows. For the middle, depending on how it works out, we'll get it ready. You might want to cut one so that it makes a circle. So you're just cutting it in half, squeezing it back out so that you have circles. We'll see if we need those. So we're going to start dipping our marshmallows. Now the nice thing about marshmallows is they're sticky on the inside, but they aren't sticky anywhere else. So you just take your marshmallow and you spread this out so it's not very thick. Just tap it in. And it might need a little bit of brushing off. Now, when I do these myself, normally I have colored sugar that I bought from Bulk Barn, and that's what this pink is done with. And this sugar is a little bit coarser, so it sticks a little differently, but homemade sugar, as I just showed you, works just fine. So there we have the principle. Now, as you can see, I already have them all done for you because you don't need to watch me do that. So we're going to start by placing them right at the upside edge. So they're going to stand on their flat side and point out. And there we have our finished beautiful marshmallow flower cupcake. So you can do this in different ways. You can just take a few of the mini marshmallows, and this guy made a pretty little flower, and I used a couple of the small ones again with green this time for leaves and a stem. Or you could use big marshmallows. And if you use big marshmallows, you could create an effect like this. So how I did that one is I took my marshmallow and held it so that when you cut it, you will see circles. And I actually cut it into 4. So we have one circle there. 2, and it will be stickier because it is sticky now on both sides. And you do the same thing and you dip them. I have one already dipped here. And position them around. This is actually a Hershey's Kiss. You can use a mini marshmallow. You can use a big marshmallow. You can use any candy you've got at home. This one uses just a marshmallow. I happen to have some black, so I dipped it in black. And this marshmallows I cut the other way. So I wanted them to be tall. So I actually managed to get 8 out of this. So I cut it in 4 and 2, and then cut each of those in half. each of those in half again. And these are very sticky, but they're sticky on two sides. You can dip those, put them on your cupcake, and you can do more like a sunflower thing. Or I made a daisy. If you find sticking them 4 sections, this is done in half. It makes fatter ones, but they're much easier to deal with, and they're not overlapping. So you can see there's lots of variations of how to do it, all based on the same principle. And then I decided, since I had a few of them, rather than just give one, I created a scene with my cupcakes. Oops. One ran away. And decided to use, this is green icing. You can use green Twizzlers if you have them, or anything you find, or you don't need to make a bouquet at all. I just put theirs in. And it's the green icing, and the red bow is actually done with fruit by the foot. And there you have it. I hope your mom enjoys it. Happy Mother's Day, moms.